Hi class, here we are at the end of our Word 2 document. This is the one where we were doing the research paper about headphones and earbuds, and we just finished typing in the last of our text. We are, of course, showing formatting characters so that we can see those paragraph marks. And what we're going to do is create our alphabetical works cited page. So it's like a bibliography, and it's a list of sources that we put at the end of our paper. And of course, we have different requirements based on the format we're using. We're using our MLA format. And with MLA documentation style, the works cited are to be displayed on a separate numbered page. So we want a manual page break or a hard page break, and that's a page break that you force into the document at a specific location. Word never moves or adjusts these manual page breaks. However, Word does adjust any automatic page breaks that follow a manual page break. So you can have a manual page break wherever you want. Word's going to insert the page break immediately above or to the left of the location of the insertion point. So let's do a manual page break after the text of our research paper. We want to be at the end of our paper, outside of our period, and then we're going to go to our insert ribbon. And I apologize that it looks like Office has updated on my computer, so I have some pretty new colored-y icons that look a little different, but I like them better. I hope it's not too different, but it should be the same for you. It just looks a little teeny different. Now we are inserting here, and we're inserting a page break. So let's click the Insert Page Break button on the Insert menu. And that's going to insert that manual page break for us in our document. So now our insertion point is moved to our new page. I need to update my view to view the ruler and the grid lines. Oops, not grid lines, just the ruler, so that we can see what kind of information I'm displaying. Now, if you notice on this very first line, it's got that first line indent happening on the paragraph. And I want to put a heading in for the works cited page. And if we were to click on center right now, we would be a little off center because of that indent. So we want to get rid of the indent. A few things we could do. Of course, we could drag and move this over, but we could also reapply the normal style. So I'm going to select that formatting character, use my home menu, and apply the normal style. Now that puts my left indent back to the normal style, and then I can center and type my heading. It's going to be my works cited page. Now I'm going to go ahead and press enter and then Control I. Whoops, not I. L. My print is not very good. And we also could have Control E to move to a center. Now we have gotten several resources listed or references listed in our references tab while we were creating our paper, and we are going to let Word use those to create our bibliography or our works cited for us, the books cited list. So that's really nice. We're going to use our references tab. So remember most of the things that you would do that have to do with inserting references or inserting citations, keeping track of all that kind of information is on your references tab. Now I want to click on the bibliography button. Do you see it here? And when I click the bibliography button, you see we have a lot of different choices. And we want to insert bibliography. right down here and use that button. And there we go. Now our bibliography has been inserted into our document. Up here in our first reference, note this ND that stands for no date was listed in the accessing of this. Now I'm going to save. Good. So now we have our bibliography inserted. It's all formatted properly, and some of this formatting can be quite tedious, so that helps. But if we needed to do it ourselves, we could do a hanging indent. That's what this is referred to. And a hanging indent is one where the first line is out to the leftmost margin, and then the next line is indented, a hanging indent. So how we could do that is you could select a paragraph and right-click and choose your paragraph options, and you could choose this hanging indentation, and then that will give you that hanging indent on that paragraph. One thing that the textbook mentions as a note, just a BTW, a by the way, is if you want to save ink or toner, you can click on File, and then this area here is called the Backstage menu. I know you've seen that, but you can click on Options, click Advanced, scroll down to the print area, and you can check Use Draft Quality. Then when you click OK and print this document, it'll print in draft mode, so it won't use as much ink, if that's important to you. Now we're ready to proofread and revise our research paper. We've gotten everything pretty well done, but before we turn it in, of course, we want to make sure that everything is correct. We're looking for grammatical errors, typos, and spelling errors. We want to make sure our sentences flow smoothly, that they have good transitions, and that our sentences make sense. So Word provides several tools to help you with these proofreading chores. You can go to a page, you can copy text, you can find and replace text, insert a synonym or an alternative word, check spelling and grammar, and look up information. So we're going to look at some of those tools. First of all, if we wanted to modify a source, if we encountered an error while we were proofreading our paper, maybe we didn't specify the name of our magazine or our title correctly, we can manage our sources. So looking at our References tab again, up here in your Citations and Bibliography area, notice the Manage Sources button. This is really cool. When you click on it, it shows you all of the current list of the sources that you have so far. So we want to change this source for 2. So let's click on it and then click Edit. Our periodical title should actually be Technology Trends Today, not Technology and Trends Today. So let's get rid of that word and. Okay, and now we can close. Now, it didn't update, however, in our bibliography. So we need to update that. It's called a field now, and it's been inserted in our document, and we might need to update those. So how can we do that? Well, we can right-click anywhere in our bibliography, and on our right-click menu, our shortcut menu, we want to click Update Field. And voila, that took care of it. So it found all of our different fields, which we only, had updated one and made those changes. Now, sometimes you want to convert a field to regular text, like you decide to make this part of your document instead of making it a special field like our bibliography is set up as though. But once you convert that field to regular text, it's no longer a field that can be updated. So another field you might see like this would be your date, page number, things like that. So if you want to do this, you could click somewhere in the field to select it. Press Control Shift Q to convert the field to regular text. So let's try that. Control Shift Q. No. It might be PQ. Control Shift FQ. I can't read my document, so I'm going to Google it. Word convert field to text. Oh, Control Shift F9. My eyes have failed me. So Control Shift F9. Oh, now it's regular text. So do that on yours. Hopefully your eyes don't fail you so badly. So now we've made that into part of our document. But next, let's see how we can go to a specific page. I want to change our view settings, so let's go to your View tab. And on your View tab, check mark, open the navigation pane, or just navigation pane. Then over here in the navigation pane, click on Pages, and you can see all of the pages that are in your document. If you want to resize this window, you can. You can click on a page to move to that page, so that navigation view can be super handy. Shows you those thumbnails. Now next we're going to copy some text. Remember, copying is the process of placing items on the clipboard, leaving the item in the original location also. Cutting removes the item from its original location and places it on the clipboard. And pasting is the process of taking that clipboard item and putting it into our document. So we want to find a certain location in our document to do some copying and pasting. First, we want to go to page 1, and we're going to find the word volume. And then on our Home tab, we can use this copy tool. And that'll copy that text that we have selected. And then we want to copy this to someplace else in our document. We want to find the word maximum. Here it is. So right before our reference to Chamberlain, we're going to paste and we can use our paste tool. And of course, we could also right-click using our mouse to paste and copy. Now, sometimes when we paste, we might want to do things a little different. I'm going to press Control-Z to undo and use my right-click and paste, check my paste options. Notice that I can keep the formatting from where I copied from, merge it with this document, insert something as a picture, or keep the text only. Normally we use just keep source formatting. We don't do that. So now we have that word volume after our word maximum. So 30% maximum volume. All right, sometimes we need to find text. So again, using our Home tab, we can use the Find tool. I've got a researcher tool here I'll close. Here's my Find tool, and I can find something here on my document. So I'd like to find the word portable. Yep, there I see that word, and I would like to change that word whenever I see it. Now I can click over here on my Results tab, and I see that it found that word portable twice. Here's both of those locations that it found. So experiment a little bit. Notice how you can go to each of those different locations. You could use these arrows to go to those different locations. How cool is that, right? Now, we'll want to replace this though. So let's use our Replace tool. And we want portable. And we want to do Replace. Where is our Replace going? I'm going to close this navigation tool and find my Replace tool. Where are you, Replace tool? So why it's acting so weird? So I want to replace it with mobile. Why won't you let me replace? It's being really weird. There it is. Sorry. I want to replace portable with mobile. So I can do Find Next. I can replace. Yes. I want to go back to the beginning. I can replace all, and it will tell me how many it's replaced. Make sure there's no more. No results. So then I've replaced all of the occurrences of portable with the word mobile. So that's the Find Replace tool, and it's really handy. Now, sometimes we've written a document and we feel like we've used the same word repeatedly too often, so we can use the thesaurus to try to locate a synonym or another word that has basically the same meaning to this word. So we want to do that for our document. We're looking for a synonym for the word lesson right here at the end of our document, because we feel like we've just used that word too many times. I can right click, whoops, and the shortcut option says, would you like to find some synonyms? Yes, I would. And that'll give me some ideas. We'd like ours to be changed to minimize, but we don't see that. So let's click on thesaurus, and then we should see some more options. I'll choose minimize there. That's what I want to use. Minimize. Insert. There we go. All right, so that's accessing the thesaurus. And then we need to check our spelling. Now we know we've had this typo on page 1 at the beginning of our document that we've just left alone. And of course, it's hard to avoid these kinds of things and leave them alone, but some users like to. So what we can do is do our spelling and grammar check manually ourselves. So let's see about doing that. We want to go home, so press Control Home. Take you to the beginning of your document, because we want to start our spell check at the very beginning. Click Review on your tabs, and in the Review tab, you should see all of the items that are helpful to you. We would like to do a spell check. We've got lots of options here. We'd like to do a spelling and all of our other grammar checks, so we'll just run the check. So it says, sure enough, you have one spelling error. I'm going to click on that, and it says this word. What do you want this word to be? Well, I want that word to be sound, so actually none of those are good. I'm just going to have to think about it for a bit and let me tell you what to do, because this obviously looks a little different than our instructions in yours. So yours may be looking a little bit different than mine. I want to make sure though that we include everything. You should be seeing the word sound in your results. I'm just going to change it here. Everything be happy. Now, when we're working with sound, we have some dictionaries that we're using. We can add a word to a dictionary easily just by clicking this option, Add to Dictionary, and that'll add that word to our dictionary for this computer so that we're good to go. We could also create a custom dictionary To create a custom dictionary, use your File menu and go to Options. Choose Proofing. In this Backstage menu, choose Custom Dictionaries. When you're looking at the Custom Dictionaries dialog box, place a check mark beside the dictionary that you'd like to change. Now you should be able to add an item if you'd like, or create a new dictionary, however you would like to do it. If you have multiple custom dictionaries, you can specify which ones Word should use when checking spelling. So to set the default, you would just follow these steps. You would come to this file, the File, Options, Proofing dialog box. Place a check mark next to the desired dictionary and choose your Change Default button. And then that would change which dictionary you were using. So depending on what you're doing for your job, that might be an important thing for you. Now, sometimes we'd like to be able to look information up from a document. We're just looking at it and we'd like to know what a word means. And we can actually do that using the Insights task pane. So let's find a word to look up. They want us to look up headphones. So just place your insertion point before that word. Then we want to go to the Review tab. Make sure you're on your Review tab and click on the Smart Lookup option. I don't have it. It says it's on the Review Insights. I think I'm in trouble for having this new version. Let me close out of this. Do you have it? I will let you look it up. So it's supposed to say Smart Lookup and have an icon like a little looking glass. So see if you can find that. Okay, well I need to turn this on, obviously. Turn on Intelligent Services to let Office get web results for your highlighted text. I'll say sure, that's just what I wanted. Now looking at, now I've got it. So I just searched for it in the help and then it came up and here it is, showing me all this great Smart Lookup information. Now it's already showing me headphones information. I could get a definition for headphones, noun. Oh, how cool is that? There we go. So again, what I did, I clicked up here in the Help Me Know What to Do and searched for Smart Lookup to bring up that information. Now, if you're done, you can just close any of these dialog panes that pop up beside your document. Lastly, we'd like to look at how to zoom on multiple pages. First of all, I'm going to hide my formatting marks. Those are on my Home tab. Turn off those things. Click View to display my View tab. And on my View tab, I want to change my rulers, turn them off, and then down at the bottom, I want to choose, or no, up here, multiple pages. Now when I choose multiple pages view, I can see all 3 pages at once. Then when I'm done, I can click the page width button to return my view back to that standard view where I'm looking at just the one page. Now, if you want to, you can also change your read mode color. Let's look on for the read mode button. I want to change my view, change my page color. I want us to change. And they want us to choose inverse. And then you can see what it would look like if your reading mode was set to inverse colors. Now, with everything inversed is where we're going to do our save. Make sure, again, you're saving it under your proper name, and you're ready to try submitting that to Sam. So have a really good time. Remember, whenever you're working with a research paper, select your topic, spend time brainstorming ideas, choose a topic you find interesting. For shorter papers, narrow the scope of the topic. For longer papers, broaden the scope. Identify a tentative thesis statement, which is a sentence describing the paper's subject matter. Research the topic, take notes, being careful not to plagiarize. Organize your notes into related concepts, identifying all main ideas and supporting details in an outline. Write the first draft of the outline, referencing all sources of information and following the guidelines identified in the required documentation style. Create the list of sources using the format specified in the required documentation style, and proofread and revise the paper. You're set. Thank you.